All right. Welcome to the final group of the round of 16. This is Group C, which is arguably going to be one of our more entertaining matchups. Not that the rest were not entertaining, but this has a favorite player of mine personally. Rivals Foxer is personally a good friend of mine on my own team as well, and Kaboosh can also speak highly of him as well. But so we're gonna see if he's gonna be able to break it out of this Zerg group that he's found himself stuck in. So casting tonight we have Kaboosh, who's been a routine lineup for us at the RSL since day one. And we're going to have RaMa join us here in a little bit. It looks like he's running a little bit late, but he'll be able to jump in as soon as he gets here. So we'll be here eventually. So Kaboosh, it is my honor to present you the Group C of the round 16. Take it away.
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, definitely very excited for this group. I specifically picked this group to cast because Foxer is, yeah, a really good friend of ours, clanmate, and ultimately like a Terran coach to me. So, yeah, it's going to be some very entertaining games. I'm hoping we see some very long macro games because TVZ is awesome. And ZVZ is also fun, but I'm more looking forward to the TVZs tonight. We're getting ready to get into our first series here. It's going to be a TVZ Boreal's Carnage versus Rivals Foxer. We did get the vetoes underway, and the map order is going to be Secret Spring will be our first map, and then second map will be Vani, and the third map, if necessary, will be Inferno Pools. Yeah, so we are just waiting for everything to get settled here, and we'll be starting this game up shortly. So yeah, we're going to see if the players are ready here, and should be getting into this game shortly. Okay, just checking to make sure that the players are ready. Carnage is ready, waiting on confirmation from Foxer. Wherever he went. Alright, while we wait for Foxer, I believe you guys can still see the groups on stream. If you can't, they are on our Liquipedia page, which I'll link to you in a second. Wherever they went. And Foxer is ready, so we are going to get into this game. If you haven't been following and you're curious about how any of the groups have gone, they're almost all up to date on Liquipedia. We haven't gotten around to editing Group B, though Believe and Creature were the ones who advanced earlier today. You can see who's in the round of 8 and the matchups that are going to go on next week. And we're going to see which one of these two players is going to advance to the round of 8. So, let's introduce these players. So spawning up in the top right, we have the blue Terran from Rival Gaming. It is Foxer. And spawning down in the bottom left, we have the purple Zerg from Boreal. It is Carnage. Not sure if they're Team Boreal or Boreal Gaming or just Boreal Esports maybe. Well, let's figure that out for the next game. So, Secret Spring is a weird map. A lot of cheese is really strong here. A lot of Zergs can proxy hatch, Terrans can do proxy Reapers, proxy Barracks, all that fun stuff. We'll see if anything, any of these cheesy builds come into play in this series. Inferno Pools is also being played in this series. A map that I honestly don't think I've seen in the RSL so far, at least that I've casted. Very strange, says a lot to the vetoes these players chose. I wanted to get rid of the more standard maps and play on some of the more wonky ones. I think it says a lot for both of their playstyles. So Fox are actually going for a CC first here, and Carnage going for a hatch first as well. So Carnage is going to come in and poke at the ramp, and he'll see no barracks. Whether or not that's going to tip him off to know that it was a CC first is hard to say. But seeing that, he'll probably poke into the main a little bit more, look for that barracks, and he won't find one. Seeing this barracks constructed now, though, kind of says like, oh hey, you went for CC first. So Rack's Gas, this is a normal follow-up from a command center first opening for the Terran, because it lets you get your Hellions out at a normal time. You can push back any Speedlings, any Baneling Bust, all that good stuff. We're just going to see this game play out pretty slowly. Carnage just now taking his gas. We'll see if he decides to throw down a third hatch. It's yet to be determined. And how Foxer decides to transition from his really greedy opening. So yeah, the factory is down for Foxer, totally standard. No third yet looking to be taken for Carnage. Speed is on the way. A second gas from Foxer. Kind of early. Usually you want to take this gas if you're going for a third CC behind this. At least they're greedy third CC. So we're gonna see what his plan is here. Could be some sort of Banshees. Hellion Banshee is very common. Yeah, and there's the starport. So it could be Hellion Banshee. It could just be for a Viking to kill all these overlords. Back at Carnage's base, still nothing yet. He's pulled out of gas upon getting his 100 for speed. He's left one in there, so he has a little bit of gas. But he's not going to be going for any all-in here. He is moving down to take his third base, normally timed third hatch. But he's just going to commit really hard to speedlings here. And that's the one thing that Hellion Banshee is really good against, where you just go for a ton of Hellions, and you just push away any speedling aggression, get the Banshees out to kill the Queens. But no, it's not going to be a Banshee, it's going to be a Viking. At least not right away. And he is starting Stim. So no Banshees today, just a few Hellions, some Viking. Carnage has, good for him, sacked all the overlords to get information rather than waiting to get picked off by the Viking. So there's very little, actually there's no overlords on Foxer's side of the map. So Foxer is not going to be able to get any free overlord kills around his base because they've already died. And he scouts out this third base with his Hellions, just going to poke away at it. Probably won't kill it. The Queens are moving down, and they look like they were going to cut the Hellions off, but they're going to go up this ramp and engage them head on. And Carnage is being very Confident is droning behind this, throwing in a Baneling Nest, and he's getting Burrow. That's really interesting, Burrow here. We'll see how that plays out. Foxer is getting his third CC. He's going up to 5 barracks. Is in double eBay. So he's going into a very standard macro game behind this Banshee aggression. He's running the Howlings in the main, trying to get a few kills. He gets 2 drones, 4 drones, 7 drones. Wow, very nice. Up to 10 drones already from these four Hellions. Very worthwhile. Did he scout the Baneling Nest? He did see it building. Whether or not he clicked on it, I'm unsure. But he definitely knows it's coming. Getting some Widow Line production going on back at home. Going into Marines, getting an armory. He does not know about the Spire. He can assume that the Zerg will eventually go into Mutas. Dropped a scan here, and it's actually going to pick off a few creep tumors. Just being annoying. The Queens are going to push this Banshee back. Carnage droning back up. He's up to... He took back the worker lead, though Foxer is on 3 orbitals. So the economies are fairly even. We see a little bit of a supply lead for Foxer. A lower bank. So we're waiting to see what Carnage spends his money on. I think he's just going to go for maybe like 7 or 8 mutas when the Spire finishes. And instead he gets 2 mutas, starts +1 attack, and Baneling speed. And that is because he is supply blocked. Unfortunate. He starts up a few Overlords, won't be supply blocked for too much longer. He's got these 2 Evos done, he hasn't started any ground upgrades yet. And Foxer is pushing forward with this Biomine with the Banshee to support. And he's going to go for a drop. The Overlord should see this drop. He gets just a glimpse of it if he's paying attention. Though I wouldn't be surprised if he missed that. Very, very brief. Carnage is making a ton of lings right now. Foxer pushing onto the creep, spreading his mines. He's going to drop a scan and get rid of some of this creep here. He's going to push forward a little bit more, being a little bit dangerous. He does have a scan available. This drop gets caught by one of the mutas. It's just going to fly into the main though. No, boost is available. He misses the boost and this drop just gets taken out. The scan does go down, and a nice Baneling connection there for Carnage. All the Banelings do get cleaned up though, and does all the creep. So Foxer's going to push forward a little bit more with these Widow Mines. And the Wings come in to clean up the Marines. The Widow Mines do get planted. A decent shot hits Muta. And the Bio of Foxer is going to be cleaned up, but there are reinforcements coming. So it bought Carnage a lot of breathing room. This Banshee in the main is taking out this Extractor. And meanwhile we have another fight in the middle. Widowmine check, it's all those lings. Leaving these Marines have free reign. Those mutas have to retreat. And Foxer has eliminated all of the creep spread almost in front of the main. There's still some behind. But he's basically disconnected the 2 bases, or the main and the natural from the third. Which is pretty nice. He's going to pick up and he's going to go for another drop. There are a few Banelings sitting at the 3rd base, so if he drops there, probably will be cleaned up fairly easily. But he's reinforcing behind all this, getting his 2-2. He has got an upgrade window. 1-1 just finished for the Zerg player. But Foxer's 2-2 is almost halfway done, so there's going to be a timing where he's got 2-2 versus 1-1. And I don't know how I feel about this missile turret here. I don't think it's going to actually detect any of the creep. Maybe it's a retreat point for the Marines against the mutas. This drop in the 3rd base did a little bit of damage. He's gotten up to 18 workers killed this game. The Banelings and the Wings come down. Some okay splits. All the Banelings get taken out. and the Marines cannot be challenged by the mutas, so they're going to retreat. Fox are going ahead and pulling up, cleaning up a little bit more creep. He's going to go up here, maybe look for some more. Scan again, maybe not. But he's keeping Carnage very contained. His baneling count is constantly being reset. He's got these Widow Mines, these small clumps of Marines that he micros very well. So a nice little split here. Carnage is coming in. The Widow Mine gets an amazing shot. He is going to clean up all the Marines, but the reinforcements are going to come in. And again, there's only mutas here to challenge. The sensor tower is also pretty cute here. Some more banelings coming in. Pretty nice splits. Some nice target fire on those banelings. Carnage might have just enough to push this back, but that turret is actually being a hero right now. Mutas cannot fight the turret and the Marines. So very nice. Foxer knew the point he was trying to hold on this map, and he reinforced it. Carnage did take out the sensor tower, which is, well, not crucial to this attack. It's pretty nice for Foxer to see like any flanks coming in. Fourth base going down for Carnage down at the bottom, as well as a fourth base landing for Foxer. So Foxer's macro behind all of this has been outstanding. He's up 3 workers with +3 meters. Alright, so yeah, just constant aggression from Foxer here. He's got his 2-2. I'd like to see him start his 3-3. He has the gas tank for it. But the lanes are still... Yeah, I believe the lanes are still 1-1. So his 2-2 versus 1-1 advantage is still very strong. Some more splits going down. Some okay Widowmine shots. And I think there's just too many Marines here. Some of the mutas are going down. The banelings are finishing up now. And they'll probably be able to push these Marines back. But the Widowmine there, actually gets a really terrible shot and kills the medevac. Foxer mixing into Marauders now, which is really nice. It's going to do a lot to absorb these banelings. Fourth base being a planetary. The baneling count is getting quite big for Carnage. Foxer is going to need a bit bigger of an army here if he wants to trade against this. He is getting Thors at home, and he's just being really annoying, picking off some creep. Really nice splits, and wow, that Widowmine got an amazing shot. All the banelings are pretty much down. Pulling back into this choke here. The rocks do get taken out, which is going to buy Carnage some breathing room. But Foxer will take it out. The Thor has joined the army. Again, +3 attack has just started now for Foxer. He could get +3 armor whenever he so chooses. He is on 4 bases. And he's actually just going to pull back. He feels he can't fight in that choke anymore against the Zerg player. More banelings are being morphed. And he is just getting the superior army here. He has Thors versus Mutiling Bane. And Thors do really good against mutas and banelings. So the mines get planted, some of the army gets surrounded. Widowmine shots are not the best. I don't believe Foxer does know about this base down here. he could send a drop there to try to deny some mining.
Field completed.
The mutas are patrolling around. The mutas also have +2 attack, so they're getting pretty scary here. Ton of banelings getting morphed here for Carnage. He is up to 33 banes. He's doing a really nice job of getting this creep ball back in a really bad choke for Foxer there. The Widowmine does get a pretty good shot because of the choke, but he eats a lot of baneling splash on his Marines. And he is holding here. The Thor got microed back, very nice. And was dropped and picked off some of the mutas. And he is going through and clearing all this creep again. The banelings are morphing. 13 more banelings. But the Widowmines are planted, and there's a ton of Marauders here. So the Marauders actually skim forward and like throw themselves on the banelings. And GG is called. So Foxer takes game 1. So